I'm on my way to see one of the illest lyricists of our time. I gotta put him up there with like Grandmaster Cash, Kid Creola, Kumo D. Yeah, I'm going way back for your young cats. I know these names ain't familiar to you. Big Daddy Kane, Coogee Rap, Rakim, Paris One. Y'all know who the fuck I'm talking about. I'm talking about motherfucking NAS. Escobar, live to the orchestra in West Philly, the Mad Music Theater tonight. About to see some magical shit. Got the gear already, you know what I'm saying? Got the Illmatic shirt on. I brought a while back hat that I made. There's a reason why I made this hat. Now I know why. Hopefully I get some footage if they let us record some video so I can share that with the world as well. It's a magical night with NAS.
So let us take a trip down memory lane. So let us take a trip down memory lane. So let us take a trip down memory lane. For this trip you don't need no car, bus, or plane. All aboard. One for the money, two for a pussy, and for the cars, three for hours. Hey niggas deceased behind bars. Grab the bygone, straight up hypnosis is a real showbiz. Moving no faces, shootouts, drug overdoses, live.
Illmatic to the damn orchestra. The most classic hip hop album of all time.
You can feel where the toes kept. Oh, my just coming home, man. Get money, leave the people alone. Slowly. Get out my face, these people so phony.
I just got finished watching one of the best concerts and performances that I ever seen. It was historic and it was magical. I'm talking about NAS, Illmatic to the orchestra. Yo, bro. Yo. I just came from that NAS to the orchestra joint. Had to be one of the best concerts I've ever been to. One of the best NAS concerts. But I went to see NAS 3 times. And each time was phenomenal and it was a milestone for his career. Let me explain it. The first time I seen him was like 15 years ago. He was in the prime of his career. Then I seen him recently again with Wu. So that was phenomenal. Doing a tour and a concert with them, doing collaborations with songs he did with them. But this one was different. It was special. I can't even say it was good, dog. It was beyond that. It was phenomenal. Flawless. Real great concert, man. I'm glad I got the opportunity to come out and see my dude NAS do his thing with the orchestra. Something that no hip hop artist ever did ever. And then icing on the cake, my other second favorite MC. Not second of all time, but another one of my favorite MCs, AZ, came out. Did the collaboration with Nas. Life is a bitch. But that's not the thing that made it special and phenomenal and classic and legend, is that they did all the hits they did together on other songs, folks. And then they also did songs from the motherfucking Firm album. They did Phone Tap, for God's sake. Yo, crowd went bananas. First time I seen them dudes together, performing together. Phenomenal. I would have lost it if Lauryn Hill would have came out. If I Ruled the World song, I think everybody would have lost their fucking mind if she would have came out. It was an awesome night, man. One love and much respect to that dude Nas. This is DC, the man Lyrical Wolf right here. Before I talk a little bit more about that Nas classic concert, to the orchestra, to the album Illmatic a little bit more, I like to promote my hats like I always do. I got the Illmatic joint, One Love hat. You can also purchase if you're interested, inbox me. You also back there, you see, I got that Woo. You know what I mean? I could do many different other Woo joints. I got the other classic album, Liquid Swords, the Jizza joint, one of my favorite albums. Also got Lauryn Hill joint, Education of Lauryn Hill joint on a Camouflage joint. If you're interested in that as well, then I got a joint right here. I love hip hop. I could do a lot of people on the hat. Snapbacks fitted, New Era as well. A lot of your favorite MCs, you know, DMX, Biggie Smalls, Big Pun, you know, all different things like that. So if you're interested, Big Den Hats, check me out, inbox me, holla at your boy. You know what I mean? The one thing Nas did at that concert when he was out with that orchestra, he was out West Philly, 52nd of Parkside. He represented Philly, man. He represented us by telling us how much he loved being here. He even joked about wanting to live here. Then he was like, "Yo, I can't live here." He was like, "Y'all dudes are crazy." And he was absolutely right. Like Tret said in the craziest song, "Philly niggas are the craziest." But Nas, he came out and he gave us a shout out to Philly, and it was special to see a Philly dudes and everybody from Philly that like Nas, who are Nas fans, everybody out there just repeating all the lyrics from that Illmatic album, one of the best albums of all time. You know, he had a lot of couples out there as well. You see the females out there also singing all the lyrics. It was a beautiful event, a beautiful environment. And I was glad to be part of that. Really part of that. And being in that moment as a Nas fan, man, and seeing that shit live to the orchestra, hearing one mic, the icing on the cake at the end, live to the orchestra. Yo, it was a night to remember for sure. And another thing that Nas did that was real classic and unique and really original and one of a kind is before every song he had a story. You know, one song he talked about the slang that was used back in the 90s. And then he got into the song, you know, I think it was New York State of Mind or whatever one of them songs. Then, you know, he'll tell another story and set it up, you know, talk about the cassette tapes that we used to use back in the day that I still have in my man cave. Yes, I do. And I do got the Illmatic joint on cassette and a lot of other them classic joints from the 90s on cassette on that little spindle joint that held like 100 cassettes, and them joints ain't going nowhere. proud to say that. He talked about a lot of other things before each song. I thought that was thorough. But the MCs that Nas, you could tell that was his influence growing up. If you're a Nas fan, you could hear these particular people in his lyrics. That was to me the staple point, that made him the MC that he is. These people, to me, definitely you could hear Rakim in his lyrics and his style. You can hear KRS One for the knowledge. You can hear Kool G Rap for the antics and everything like that, and the certain flows. And you also hear Big Daddy Kane, that smoothness and everything like that. And you also hear a dose and a drop of Slick Rick for the storytelling, and even some of the influences. He even got a joint that he did dedicated to Slick Rick, and he was rhyming like Slick Rick in that joint. So he's a mixture of all them. But the two people that I gotta say Nas reminds me of, and this is my personal opinion. Everybody got their opinions of that, whatever. But when I listen to Nas, every time I listen to him, I hear that mixture of Kool G Rap and Rakim. Kool G Rap for that street shit, that gutter shit, that flow, the way that he go back and forth with the lyrics, and then Rakim for the knowledge and the smoothness. So if whoever you think Nas reminds you of, right down there, put a leave a message. Everybody that's watching us, let me know who you think Nas reminds you of. I think he remind me of them two MCs together. And I would love to hear from everybody to see what your opinion is on that. But one love to the dude Nas, man. Much respect to you, Nas. You did your thing here in Philly, man. I'm glad you came here to represent for our city doing your album Illmatic. Peace. See you in the next video. Then what really made the concert special was that after he did the whole album of Illmatic, he gave everybody all his hits. I'm talking about all of them, folks. But he ain't do Ether. That's the only joint he ain't do. But he did all the joints we know. Made You Look, Uchi Wally Wally. For the chicks, had a couple of girly joints he sung. And he really did his thing tonight. And he ended it in that joint with one mic. Best ending to a hip-hop / orchestra night that you can have. A lovely night of some hip-hop, for sure. And let me get my black ass in this house.